allow it.
Alrighty. So, I apologize for a bit of a delay here today. Still figuring out some microphone settings on the new setup. Hopefully stream should hear me and everyone else fine. But everybody on Discord says that I'm quiet. So trying to sort through that. Apologize for the late setup. But we're here, and welcome back to Undermountain, our epic dungeon delving adventure here on Javelin Entertainment. We'll be streaming this story every Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Central. And if you missed the last chapter, you can find it on the channel page or by clicking on the playlist link down in the description. And last time, our adventures were in the heat of a battle with the drow. Seren brought down a powerful Blight spell on one of the drow, killing it instantly. And as the others fended off the attackers, Zannah tried to halt the movement of the boat, but somehow only managed to cause the boat to spin instead. Ari moved up the wall and carved into one of the drow, throwing him off into the water and turning angrily towards the other drow, who began to flee. The party let the few surviving drow escape into the tunnels, and they regrouped for another ambush, but Kha'narique and Ari convinced them to rethink their attempt with some good rolls, and they backed off, letting the party pass. The party was able to make it up into Skullport and visited an old woman that owned the Nightshade's caress to look for some diamonds. They found out that all of the diamonds had been taken into Skullport Island and decided to visit a tavern to satisfy their needs and recuperate, making their way back to the Guts and Garters. Quietude was not at the tavern, and instead a bartender was trying to fill her shoes and not quite coming up to par. Ari tried to find Ulvira Snowveins, but found her shop closed and her also not within the city. Kha'narique tried to warm up the bartender and eventually got him to reveal some information about the drow incursion and the state of the city, and Kha'narique gave some insight into her people and her existence to Ari, and they all took a rest within the rooms in the tavern and prepared to investigate Skullport Island the next day. So now as we come back to our group who are regrouping in the city of Skullport, what would you all like to be doing?
Weren't we going to an island and then trying to find Q?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, first we're going to go into the drow. Oh yeah, we were gonna find the drow bar. We're going to get them to help us. Allegedly. Yes. Yeah. Help.
Help.
Yes.
Help is good.
Did we take a rest last week? Sorry,
Yes.
Wasn't here.
You guys all got a long rest.
We slept in the hotel above the bar.
Cool.
I think it was above the bar.
Yes, it was above the bar, and you guys did sleep in those rooms. And what is happening on my Roll20? It's not loading. Today is just going to be all sorts of technical issues, apparently. Let me try to reload. But yeah, you guys had talked about going to the drow bar. And while my Roll20 tries to figure out what it's doing, we can go ahead and RP that. So you guys have seen this bar before, and have kind of gone past it. Especially, I think it was Ari who did the rounds around the city, would know where this was at.
While looking for his woman, to no avail.
I think the term is she-elf,
Still woman.
but not man. In any case.
So Ari, lead the way to said location.
And it's not too far away, it's just around the corner.
Yep, it's nearby.
But yeah, all following Ari as they walk through the city. You do eventually find... let's see, I gotta flip up my notes here. Yeah, you do eventually find this bar, and opening up the door, You do see as there is a drow woman behind the counter, kind of washing off the counter, has a drink that she's filling up at the same time, doing multiple things at the same time, and kind of calls out, just out of habit it seems, welcome in, what will be your poison? And then looks up and like stops half mid-sentence, and you see as the entire room just grows quiet.
Hello there.
General
This might be a conversation for me.
Don't get us.
You all may want to wait outside for at least for the moment.
I think we'll be fine.
Please do not get in trouble.
I think
look
you
at me, I
all
never get
better
in
start talking very, very quickly.
I'm sorry, is our money not good here?
It might not be.
Hey, shut it.
Oh. And,
Please, just please wait outside. I can handle this.
have it your way.
Skedaddles outside. Well, pushes Ari outside in skedaddling.
I will walk up to the front of the bar, and if it's any consolation, I've recently met them myself. I forgot that your people are fairly picky on who they want to talk to.
Well, in this case, you're also included in that, Miss,
I will flash a big smile.
You have 1 minute. And she holds out her hand kind of expectantly.
I'll put a gold coin into it. Yes, we have been entreated to the fact that we may find some allies in our cause over in this way. That do you have any ins with some of the stronger warlords of your people? They might be interested in what I propose.
What in the hell? This is a bar, my dear. We serve drinks here, and not to the kind that like to kill anyone who doesn't look like them.
We are taking the fort, and we think we found somebody who would be better management than the assholes in charge.
As you kind of mention this, not only does she laugh, but almost the entire room, the 3 or 4 tables that have maybe half a dozen drow in them, all of them hearing this let out a chuckle to a hearty laugh, depending. Listen, I wish you all the best of luck in trying to take down that island. I really do. I would like nothing better than to see those damn monsters driven out. But it's not going to happen. I don't know who you are, but I've heard stories. Word has traveled fast of what you've done to our people, and I have no wish to have you in here any longer. Please leave before you're thrown out.
Your people are much better at the day-to-day running of business than I ever intend to be. I will be in need of somebody to run the fort once it's emptied out of the rabble.
I don't think she's listening to me. And at this, you can now see that the 2 drow, one at the bar and one at a table nearby, have kind of stood up, hands on their weapons, and looking at you.
If you have indeed heard the stories of what I have done to people, I don't think you want to lay a hand on me. I am on my way out this door. I pass along my need. I need somebody to run that damn fort once it's clean. I will be at the Guts and Garters for the next couple of hours. I imagine there will be somebody willing to make the money and
Usually only to Sam's character, though.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember the first one's name. It was gone so quickly.
I don't remember her name either.
Damn. Oof. A player character so short-lived, the player doesn't remember their name.
It was named after a type of grape. I remember that.
Grape ape?
It was.
So it was the grape ape.
Hmm.
I don't remember what grape she named it after.
All right, so after a couple hours of waiting, there is still no response from the drow.
Is dog awake?
Make me a perception check. So as you are watching this dog intensely, and kind of sitting, you guys have sort of shifted. Oh, and actually, I should probably bring you onto the page so you can see where you're at. But you guys have kind of shifted tables to so that Zannah can sit in front of this dog and just carefully watch anything that it is doing. And Zannah, you do see that it very much appears to be sleeping. But at the same time, you see as it notices, you see its nose twitch whenever someone eats something. You see its ears perk up whenever someone enters the door. It's slight changes in its persona, but you know that it's not actually asleep. It's just very, very difficult to tell unless you're paying close attention.
Can I slowly approach and offer it the bone paddle?
Certainly.
Alright guys, if I die, this is how I want to die. Don't kill the dog.
So you kind of...
Oh,
Are you trying to sneak up and do this?
just not get eaten, ideally.
Go ahead and roll me an animal handling.
Ah, fuck.
You are a druid!
It had to be a cleric!
We have 2 clerics!
That aren't clerics!
Oh, both our clerics now are clericy as fuck.
You're a charisma cleric! I don't know about that.
I'm more
Alrighty.
cleric than you are.
So you kind of move...
No, I feel like Ari and Condoleezza are pretty much the same amount of cleric.
The bot is... Oh, that's not the bot. Okay.
All right, so Zannah, as you kind of slowly move up towards this dog or wolf or creature, and you carefully slide forward the bone towards the creature, kind of holding it out and just wiggling enough to get its attention, then just kind of leaving it there and backing away. You see as you got close, the eye kind of snapped open, and one of these just deep red eyes just stared at you and watched as you maneuvered into place. And as you walked back, it slowly closed again. And so far, it hasn't made any change in its appearance or what it's doing. But it definitely noticed the bone.
I tried. I can die happy now. I tried. Alright, my side quest is complete.
All right. So with the bone in place and no response from the drow, are you guys doing anything else within the city?
Zannah, I know of a spell that is cast by the druidic that may be of great use to us when we make our entrance. Do you know of the spell to pass without the trace?
Maybe in my sleep I learned it.
Okay, I think that might be our best way forward if we cannot rely on the rabble for our distraction. Is it
Why do we need a distraction?
So, have you taken a look at the fort that we are attempting to breach?
Have I? That's a great question.
I mean, you've seen it.
Do you think that we could just knock on the door and convince it to spread itself open for us? I don't think that that works yet.
Apparently I don't either, which is a shame. I was hoping that would be a really low roll. I was gonna roleplay it hard.
So,
with the
to
same
that
commitment, with the same commitment that I deny Gabillion's existence. Gabella's existence.
So to that end, we had two choices. We could have either inspired the commotion, or we could do the sneak, and we could get in quietly. Because just opening the door in front of us would probably yield a closed door and a dead us. I was hoping there would have been a powerful enough drow warlord to parlay with, but if they are as poorly organized as they seemed, I do not have hopes that anybody will reach out with aspirations to run the fort. We can instead try and find some other faction to work with, but I don't know anybody beyond the drow.
The fort is run by a crime lord, yes?
It appears as such. That's what they said. The Bargs? The Barks? What were they called? The
Dask.
the Dasks. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we should keep getting it wrong to mess with them.
I don't know why that name eluded me so much. I scribed into my notebook the Bargs, and for some unknown reason.
Druids cannot learn that spell.
Sure you can. Pass without trace is a druid spell.
Where? Doesn't say it is.
Sure it does.
Is
Does
it? It might be just ranger.
Let me pull it up, but I'm 99% sure that somebody's discussion on
Could be a specific type of druid.
pass without trace.
I was once able to cast that. Maybe I still can. We haven't tried it.
Or Gabella.
Druid Ranger.
What level?
Second.
Yeah.
It's a second level spell?
Yeah, second level abjuration, 1 action.
Oh. No wonder I couldn't find it. I was looking in like level 5.
It might seem like that with how strong it is.
It's honestly the best spell in the game because it's one of the few things that actually enables surprise. So it basically gives everyone a free round of combat when built around. It's a fantastic spell.
Okay, yeah, it's prepared now. My bad.
no worries. I sometimes forget all of the things I remembered how to cast one day or another as well.
DM, does a crime lord count as nobility?
Great question. Are they
possibly?
a literal lord that does crime?
What's the context?
Don't worry about that. It's not a big deal.
I mean, technically, a crime lord would be like a local noble, right?
I mean, what is a lord except a criminal that has been in charge long enough to legitimize their actions?
Or just
the hot take.
Senor.
Yeah, a senor. I love Spanish. What a great language.
What were you trying to determine if they were a noble for?
Seren can get an audience with a local noble.
Allegedly.
Oh, as opposed to stealing all of their diamonds, we will trade for them.
Or it would be a nice distraction.
I like the way you think. They might take the weapons, but we are the weapons.
Let me see if I have anything prepared for that. I don't know if I have that loaded in yet or not. I didn't expect you guys to get that far yet. Really,
Fuck it, screw with your DM. Woo.
Really, this should have been something I should have expected. I mean, technically it's in here.
My brother in Christ, you can literally see our character sheets. You know what we do.
So I'm not.
We don't even know what we do.
I'm not so much at the current moment talking about what what you guys do. It's more, do I have the capacity to allow that? Do I have the other things set up that I need to?
You just never expect us to do anything right, huh, Austin?
I mean, I expected you guys to potentially get here, but not this fast.
In the words of a great meme, I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I mean, you can certainly try. You'll have to figure out how you want to go about that, but it's possible.
I mean, I think I would take some muscle with me, knock on the door.
Hey, it's some muscle.
Hey, it's your boy Muscle.
Get me some muscle.
Everybody else goes get diamonds.
Or you sneak Spider Zannah in, she finds diamonds, steals diamonds, turns back into Spider, climbs back into your fucking pocket while you meet with the Lord.
Yeah, but I feel like he's gonna notice a spider with a bag of diamonds crawling across.
That's the thing. No, that's not how it works.
For that.
You go into the vault in spider form. You load your things with the loot. You turn back into a spider. This is the opportunity for the druid to do the coolest druid things possible. Let's let the druid try. Zannah, do you feel comfortable doing something like that with her?
It would help if I was unmuted. Sure. Why not?
So if you were smuggled in, and and Ari were to do the talking, and we'll see what we can do.
Sure.
In the meantime, while you still probably want to precast to cast without the trace. So this is probably a tomorrow plan, and she will have to go make the arrangements to talk with the noble. And in the meantime, I will see if I can find a blueprint of the fort. That way you're not just wandering around like a mad woman.
I would greatly appreciate that.
That sounds good. Do we know who might have built the fort? We're back at the Guts and Garters. So, is anybody around that we might be able to talk to?
There's a couple patrons in there. There's like a couple, mostly muscly sailors. One kind of half-drunk sailor, a Duergar, and then the bartender Harder.
It's the same bartender?
Yes.
I will go back up to him.
Can I get you a drink?
My fine friend. I have another exchange for you. If this time I decided to catch you early before you overconsumed and passed out on me.
Right.
But I will trade you what you were hoping to accomplish last night for some good information.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Oh, rip.
Why are you trying to disadvantage me?
You're trying to convince him that you're gonna do something that you didn't do last time.
I tried to, and he fell asleep.
That is irrelevant. In his perspective, you promised him this last time and didn't provide, and you're promising it to him again.
Saying you're a tease. I'm saying he passed out on me. I still wanted this.
He looks at you.
Yeah. And I will say, hashtag consent culture. Can't have people passing out.
He looks at you, with just kind of a bit of a grin. How about we, take the things first and then we can discuss after?
What are the odds you know what, I'm interested in?
I'd say I know quite a bit of things.
Alright, you don't need to give me a name beforehand, but do you have a good understanding of who may have built the fort and if there are plans for it that exist anywhere?
I know a bit of history about the fort.
Would you have any understanding of who might have the plans?
I might be able to get you that information.
Does he sound truthful?
Roll me an insight check.
At disadvantage, because Austin's mad at you.
I didn't even need the disadvantage on that one.
Oof.
At the moment, he looks very much like he is looking you up and down and focused on one thing. The words that he says, the answers are quick and convey a bit of truth at minimum. You're not sure how much of that is due to him wanting to move things along, and how much he can actually provide.
Very well. I am very hungry. So let us go about our business. Do you have a room?
He looks at you a bit, kind of a bit stutter-stepped by the term hungry, but he's like, sure, you know what? And he kind of flips through underneath the bar and grabs off a key and motions up the stairs.
Excellent.
And you all wait for maybe 10 minutes before they're both coming back down the stairs. The man kind of stretching and with a bit of a smile on his face, his hair kind of muscled around, and Kha'narique looking pretty much identical.
Only 10 minutes? Man.
Rip.
Fortunate.
It happens sometimes.
Do be like that.
The best feasts are not pursued slowly.
What?
So, my good man, who might you know? And just be aware that I will be here all night if this pans out.
I don't like the sound of that. Well, you see, Skullport is it's a grim, cutthroat place on the edge of civilization. Adventurers resupply and take refuge here, but few souls on the surface world really have any clue how to reach this place, much less what goes on within the Port of Shadow. It's mostly a rumor or a warning to them, but me, I know the truth. We're connected to multiple different levels of Undermountain, and Skullport is nestled in the middle of a series of natural caves. There used to be some magical locks that stretch from the South Sea caves on Waterdeep shore and rise up the river below the mountain. It's hidden behind some crashing waves and jagged rocks, but this made it the perfect place for some smugglers to lay claim to the land. They plagued up and down the coast of the City of Splendors for some time and eventually built up this fort that you see here. They had some mages that helped with the levees that rise the water up to this point, and some people who worked on that massive crane that you can see out by the river that lifted ships up and over the wall. Made for a right perfect place to call your home away from any sort of navy, having a quick cove that you could duck into. But after some time, these pirates or smugglers, they eventually faded out. Last ones probably were claimed by the Mad Mage himself, perhaps. But this place eventually became unused and was eventually taken up by this person and that, trying to hold claim over the area. And after some time, eventually none of them could hold it well enough that each one killed the last. Up until Dusk took over, and then they've held the fort for some time. As far as where the plans might be, well, I imagine any that might still survive will be nestled within the grass, well within, or, as I've heard, below the fort itself.
Alright, that makes a lot of sense. Could there be any that still draw breath who may have participated in the building of the fort?
No, that's centuries ago.
There are some types of folks who live that long. You don't know of any old geezers who were builders?
Not that I know of. Perhaps one of them's lost within the Mad Mages Undermountain, but at least here in the city I haven't heard of any.
Is there any sort of this is a long shot, but up above they have buildings that do keep records of things. Is such a thing done down here at all? Anything that may give us a general hope of the layout for one of our friends.
As far as I know, there's no record keepers down here. Most things just travel by rumor and word of mouth. If there is any map or layout, it may have been captured by adventurers when they were traveling down back when the fort was not nearly as well stocked and well guarded as it is now, but where those are at and who might have them, I've got no idea.
Okay, you have been as helpful as I had hoped, and you've been fulfilling in other ways. I do appreciate it.
So you'll be back tonight then?
For such a young man, you are still reasonably spry. I will see what I can do. If I can conclude my business at the time that you are still up, I think I might be.
Well, I'm always up for you, dear.
You said that last night and then promptly fell asleep.
I don't remember that. That never happened.
Oh, my good fellow. Have a fantastic night. I hope to see you later. Come, party. I think we will go pay the knickknacks and the relic folks a visit and see if there is any sort of old journals, old maps, old writings, anything that may help us.
Onward.
And upward.
So yeah, let's start with that pawn shop. If that works.
Sure, yeah, you head up to the upper levels of Skullport, and you make your way to the pawn shop. I think it was Thimblewines, if I remember correctly.
That sounds right.
Did we come here before?
Yes, you have
With
been
other
here before.
characters. And
Yeah.
we heard of it when we were looking around with the different shops and different things as well.
Okay.
So we recently last night were told of it.
Yeah, I lost my notebook from this campaign a while ago, so my apologies.
It happens. But yeah, Thimblewine's pawn shop is a small pawn shop owned by a gnomish woman named Crystalline.
Yeah, let's walk in and everybody please do not touch anything that looks breakable.
Or spooky.
But
Damn, I keep making good choices. Fuck.
Who is this Ari?
He's apparently having a good day.
hello there, you are called the Crystalline?
Oh, nice to meet you. Crystalline, at your service. What can I get for you today? You looking for an old pot? We got lots of pots. Urns, chamber pots, flower pots.
As much as I love the pot, I don't think that is why I'm here tonight. The things that I seek are more of old and potentially even just stories at this point. And I will outlay what we're looking for in terms of any sort of old writings, old drawings, anything that pertains to the fort. And if she happens to know anybody who may have worked on it or has anything that is from that time.
Roll me a d10.
Sure. Sorry, I've been pacing as I talk and think.
You're all good. She kind of looks at you as you are outlining this and just a bit confused. I've never heard of anyone having any sort of records of the old island fort. To be honest, if anything like that existed, it would probably be within the fort. You know, keep your records close and all that. I wouldn't go messing with them though. Those Dask are a nasty lot. They keep us mostly by ourselves because they're usually on their own way within the within Undermountain themselves. But I always see them armed to the teeth, and they always come back bloody and bruised. And There's quite a lot of them, and they got all sorts of ballista and all a whole nother lots up there.
That is part of why I've decided that they ought to be under new management.
Oh, that's a bold claim.
That and the fact that they have taken and ordered all of the medical supplies from the people. That rubs me the wrong way.
Hey, you want medical supplies? I've got an herbalism kit right here. They haven't taken everything.
I have a lot of medicinal herbs. I am more perturbed by the fact that some of the more potent restorative magic is being withheld. That they have taken all of the diamonds from the people.
Diamonds are used as restorative magic. Is that true?
It is. I am a physician. I am a very talented physician, actually. And,
wow, that's wild.
That is the one thing I cannot stand for. Normally, I have no problem with people suffering, but people dying, that pisses me off.
You know what? That's absolutely right. We should get up and do something about that. Well, I mean, you should get up and do something like that. I'll stay right here.
That's fair. Maybe back in the day, you were more of a stand and fight kind of lady.
Right, back in the day, yeah. No, I'm a young. As far as gnomes go, I mean, I don't look too old, do I?
No. You don't look old at all for a gnome.
What's that supposed to
In
mean?
fact, you are.
For a gnome. That sounds like a right down dirty insult, doesn't it?
Damn, wrong campaign, or I would be giving Joe a lecture.
You see, the gnomish people look young for a very long time, and it's hard to judge their age, and then all of a sudden they look ancient. It's just it's the way of the people.
Interesting. I suppose I haven't thought of it that way.
So, in that case, you could be 8 or 80 or 800. I'm not really sure.
Goodness me, I hope I don't look 800. Or 8 for that
That's
matter.
the thing. It's the way of the gnomes.
Okay, Seren's stepping in before Kari can just insult the gnome even more. Is there anything you can tell us about their leadership in the fortress?
Leadership in the fortress. You know, when I see them from the crack of my window when I'm peeking through, I have seen a few of them walking from the docks over into the dungeon. Is that what you will call it? The rest of the caves, wherever they go. And you know, they're usually in like 2 or 3 lines. You got some of them furry ones, not the goblins or the bugbears. That's what they were. I don't. Why are they called bugbears? They're not really bugs, and they're not. I mean, they kind of look like bears. They got the little fuzzy. Anyway, there's some other bugbears. There's some grizzly old humans or dwarves among them, and then some of them the grey dwarves, the ones that are underground with the red eyes. You know what I'm talking about?
The Durigar.
Durigar, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, some of them. Oh, leader, right. You know, I have seen kind of a more. She kind of like flexes and kind of shows her muscles on each side. I've seen a more strong, muscular. He's kind of got some scruff on him. He's a human man, I think. I've never seen an elf look that big. No pointy ears either that I can tell. And he's not green, so I don't think he's an orc. He kind of looks like an orc, though. He's got the teeth that are all missing and such. Anyway, yeah, I've seen him lead a few of these groups out in. Maybe he's the leader.
Are his teeth like this? And crack a big smile.
You know, you really should stop doing that to people.
Wow, those teeth are brilliant. Why? What do you use anything? I've got like a bristle brush that I use on mom, but I can never get them that way.
Zodium bitartrate. It's a great
Gazoon time.
toothpaste. No.
That's beautiful.
No, Ari. I enjoy the experiences of the people, and so when they see the teeth, it makes me happy on the inside.
Oh god, it's one of those things. Can't you just get a room?
What?
What?
What are you talking about?
Nothing.
I mean, I would not say no to such a potentially young or old gnome as herself, but still. And I will just wink at the gnome.
Ari is going to do that thing where he gags very, very visibly and dramatically, like.
You have been most helpful. Thank you so much, Crystalline.
Crystalline.
That is what I said.
I don't think it was, but to each their own, I suppose. I should tell you that I'm not really into women. I'm not sure if that's the vibes you were putting out, but the way that you were smiling and talking to me, it kind of seemed like a come on, and I just want to be clear. I'm not. That's not for me. It's fine if it's for someone else, but it's not for me.
It was more of a polite interest as opposed to a romantic interest.
What?
But typically, I don't like to stoop down so low. I will laugh. And
I'm sorry.
The door.
I'm sorry. What was that? You come back here and talk to me.
Hang on tight. Hang on.
Sorry.
Oh god, I've gotta have something useful. We're not fighting today anyway, right?
Who knows?
Fuck, paladin spells are limited. Hang on. I feel like there are some shenanigans that could happen with Zone of Truth, but it's a little late now. No, I don't have anything fun to do. Never mind. I'm used to playing a full caster.
Let's see, what other shops would we... Is there an old bookstore, an old magic store or something? That anything that on the off chance has an old record book or somebody's diary or journal of like one of the builders was kind of what I was hoping I could find if such a thing existed. Even an old library or something like that.
Let me see. So there are 3 different bars in town. There is a distillery, a fish market, an abandoned slave market. You guys see some place called the Sea Chest.
It's my favorite thing to do when there's a chest in front of me.
There is also like a food market where some Durgar and some humanoid rats are selling some food. There is a place called the Sword and Sextant, which does seem to sell maps.
Oh, let's make our way there, I guess.
Yeah, and other than that, I think that's probably your next best bet.
It's as good a guess as any.
All right. So as you come into this store, it is old and smells of dried paper and thick ink, and everything in here just has a musty smell covering the entire interior. The interior is dark, lit with some lanterns and some candles inside. And you see two fellows kind of chatting back and forth to each other. Two halflings, actually. One sits on the counter that would normally serve as the checkout counter, but kind of sits on the front of it, legs crossed, and the other one kind of lounges about on a chair in front of a large drawing board, and they just kind of chat back and forth. And as you open the door, one of them pipes up, "Oi, customers! How can we help you today? The name's Will."
Oh, hello, Will. I am called Kha'narique, and these are my friends.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Kha'narique and friends. Hello. Like I said, my name's Will, and this is Oleander. Hello.
He is.
Like the gnome.
You guys deal in the maps, I have been told.
We've got a few maps in here. Actually, what we really do is we'd really like to purchase any maps. You all seem like tough adventuring sorts. You wouldn't happen to have any maps of Undermountain at all, would you?
We might. We did get that map, right? Or did we fail? I forget. I legitimately don't remember.
I don't think you guys have a map. I don't think you were ever.
Body. Or failed to. I don't remember.
I believe you. Yeah, I believe you failed to. I don't think you pulled that one out.
From under the
Yeah.
spot.
Okay,
Or
I
giant
couldn't remember
square.
if we actually did that or not, but I believe we failed.
So, if one was looking to purchase, what things other than maps might you guys have about? Is there All right, I will be frank with it. I am interested in the history of the old fort, and I would love to know more about it.
History. Well, we mostly deal in maps here. Oleander, do we got anything back in the storage? We got some ink and parchment and lots of quills. We got some lumber that came in the other day, and a few things for your trade. Not many books. Not any books. Yeah, not any books. Sorry, we are probably not the best spot for history. We've just sort of arrived within the last few months, actually.
Do you have a map of the fort? That is at least a good enough start towards my historical gathering and my writing.
Well, I've got a rough approximation that I have designed just for my personal observations. We obviously don't get too close due to the flaming skulls and dragon and lot. They kind of scare us off pretty fast. But I've got a pretty accurate depiction, I think.
Does it pertain to the inside at all, or since you've never been inside, you do not know?
I can't say much for what's inside the buildings, but the buildings are visible. Roughly, I think the map that I have is fairly accurate. Again, I've never been inside, so I couldn't say for sure. But me and Oleander, we've been over it a dozen times, and we've talked to a few people that have been inside, and it seems to be about right.
You've talked to people who have been inside.
One or two.
Who are those people? Could they be found?
Well, most of them are adventurers that have been here through the past time. We did a bit of research before we came down with a few people from who lived within or resided within rather one of the taverns up on the surface. I'm not sure if you all have been to the Awning Portal or any of the other nearby taverns, but they do a good job of describing down here, at least the first few levels. Things change from time to time, but Skullport seems about the same. And then there's Tass. Tass has been in. She's just up the block a little bit.
The Tass has been inside?
She talks like she has. I mean, she told us that she had been in, right, Elena? Yeah, I think she said that. I mean, she was the one who confirmed that that's what it looked like when we showed her the map. We talked to Tass for all sorts of things, you see.
Who is this Tass? What can you tell me about her?
I think her name is Tasselgren. Yeah, that's Tass. She runs the Poison Quill. Like I said, it's just a few doors down.
Quill? Okay, would you boys be willing to show me the map that you made real quick?
Are you gonna buy it?
It depends how much you're wanting for it.
Well, we could probably part with it for, what do you say, Oleander? 100 gold pieces? And kind of looks back and forth.
Oh yes, what a good deal. And I will start walking out the door.
Wait. You're clearly up to the standards of maps for the day. You see, we have to provide living down here. There's not so much business, especially until we get maps of the dungeon established. So we're just trying to get on our feet. I hope you understand. What would you think is a reasonable price? And he kind of like scratches the back of his neck and smiles innocently.
Do I have a good understanding of what parchment, ink, quill time of a scribe, and somebody who has seen a structure drawing it would account to?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Sounds good. The answer to that's going to be no, friends.
Yeah, you know that 100 sounds way high, but what it actually should be, you're not so sure.
So I am not a scribe myself, so I'm not sure what your cost of materials is, but I understand the cost of time well, and if this was drawn by observation, I imagine that this took you the better part of probably 10 hours to draw.
Oh, Anna, do you remember? I think it was more like 12.
In that case, the going rate for 12 hours of work on the surface would be 1.5 silver pieces. So I would offer you 10 times that. I would give you 1.5 gold pieces.
Oleander kind of like shrugs his shoulders. That seems a bit low though, doesn't it? I mean, we all craftsmen after all. 1.5 silver, that seems about like minimum wage.
I think you are highly mistaken as to how the wages work. I have men and women who have worked for me who have trained as long or as hard as any scribe, and they make less than that typically.
Roll me a deception check. You know, I imagine that in this economy, that is probably accurate. How about we round up to an even 2?
I suppose I could tip you for your services. And yeah, 2 gold pieces. Clarice is all about the tip.
I was waiting for a suggestion of a threesome, so I guess, that's, yeah.
Yep, Ari's the best wingman. He remains undefeated.
So yeah, let's see what we've got for a map of the place.
Alrighty.
Joe completely unfazed.
Yeah. I don't know. I basically built like a bunch of not clerics again. So I've got your goofy horny bard. I've got your other like warlock side, and I've got minimal wisdom. So we're going
My
with
brother in
it.
Christ, they literally have a warlock cleric. It's a celestial.
Yeah.
Did that pop up for you guys?
Yeah, that's
that's
a fucking
pretty
great map. My good man, you drew this in 12 hours?
We're very proficient. Aye, we're good at what we do. That's why you gave us the 2.
I would let you draw anything.
Well, don't give us too many ideas. He kind of raises his eyebrows.
I will chuckle. We'll pocket the map and we'll head to. It was Tessingras or whatever. What was her name? Did you spell that out somewhere?
Ari's going to whisper to their dwarves, right?
They're halflings.
Oh shit. I misunderstood the voice you were doing. Never mind. Ari will not help them.
We only help dwarves in this house.
Well, no, I was gonna whisper something to them in Dwarvish, but that seems like it wouldn't help too much, so.
Maybe not.
So yeah, test something at the poison quill.
Yeah, they said her. Oleander said her name was Tasselgrin.
Tasselgrin. Thank you. And that's just up the way at the poison quill.
Yes, she's on the middle level on the western side of the city.
All right, let's make our way there. Well, we are gallivanting across the town. Seren, do you wish to make the arrangements with your noble before it gets too late to complete that phase of the plan?
I was just going to knock on the door and demand to be seen.
All right. In terms of making the plan, we have made the plan. All right, come on. We're going to the poison quill.
All right, you guys head up the stairs to the middle level and quickly find the quill and bottle of ink marked with a skull and crossbones and the words "the poisoned quill" written underneath. And kind of stepping inside the shop, you do see as there is an elderly woman in kind of these tight-fitting black robes, the hood kind of pulled back to reveal her graying hair, and her lines that are creased from many smiles, and she sits kind of sipping on some tea. Well, hello.
Hello there. You are called Tasselgrin?
I am indeed. You have heard of me?
Yes, you are the person I most want to see in the world right now.
Well, people only say that to me when they have one of two things. Which is it for you?
Two things, you say? I've only heard of that for one thing. So, what was the second?
People usually come to me whenever they want out or whenever they need certain things to appear like they're from someone else.
I suppose I'm not coming to you for either. I'm sorry to disappoint you. That
Fascinating.
I'm going to be coming to you for things 3 and things 4 then.
Well, now you suddenly have my attention.
I will take out the map. And so what originally put me into the contact of wanting to speak with you is the indication that you helped to verify this map. Is such a thing is such a thing to be true?
I've been talking to Will and Oleander. Yes, I did. They did show me that. they were seemed quite interested in trying to draft up whatever they could from the area.
The boys were very excitable and to be very of the talkative. That I had hoped that they were accurate in this regard, and I'm glad to have been found correct. Hopefully, their other declaration is of equivalent accuracy. Is that you have been to there?
Yes, I did make a trip inside the fort, one in between its occupations. There was a time where it was unoccupied mostly, and, well, I went to explore a bit.
In that case, you are indeed the person I most want to talk to in this world at the moment. How much time do you have?
She kind of looks around and looks at her teapot. I'm still mostly full. If you'd like to join me for a cup of tea, or any of your other companions. And she looks at the other people who are kind of still standing in the doorway and haven't said anything. Would any of you like tea as well? I suppose they're the quiet types.
You all are welcome to move on if you prefer. I am in for the most riveting of afternoons, I believe. If you want to go do something else, I would not mind.
Well, you know me, but I don't know your name yet.
Oh yes, where are my manners? I am called Kha'narique. I am a physician. I am traveling about, and I am in dire need of a little bit of help. If you could potentially offer me some help, and I will continue to offer you tea and whatever else your heart desires.
You are fascinating indeed. I may be able to provide some help. It depends on what you need.
So, before I continue, could I potentially ask to where your sympathies lie on the current occupants of the fort?
Roll me a persuasion check.
Sounds good. Maybe I won't. Nat 1, bitches. Sammy, roll it for me. Click the button, you're better.
And still rough. But high enough to, at least for the moment, she kind of looks over at you. Well, I must be honest, I don't have any particular allegiances one way or the other.
Alright, if you are willing to be honest with me, I will be honest with you. I have been rubbed quite the wrong way on the fact that they have ordered important supplies from the people, and I intend to try and fix that.
Important supplies? What do you mean?
So there is a whole host of magics that are accomplished with the pieces of the diamond, and most of them are restorative. They're life-saving. They're life-renewing magics and things. They supplement a physician's craft, and apparently the people of the desk have taken those from the people of the Skullport. Have you been aware of such a thing?
I do know what you mean. Yes, they rounded up most of the gemstones, including the diamonds, back when they moved in.
Yes, and seeing people to die without the care that they otherwise could have had causes me great distress.
I could understand that.
And again, for that reason, I wish to correct such a thing. Is that I was hoping that your travels through there could potentially help me to figure out what buildings and what areas may be used to store and to protect things, and if there were any vaults, if there were any sort of little stashing, like hideaways or anything that you found. That I intend to collect as many of these pieces and bring them back and make sure that they cannot be taken from the people again.
Well, I hate to disappoint you, but if you're trying to take over the island, it's going to be a tall task indeed. And I can't say that there's many weak points or areas that would make it susceptible to any sort of attack. In fact, they're quite equipped to handle it. There are hundreds of individuals inside, if not more. And they're equipped with ballista as well as, I believe, even a flame cannon or two. It is heavily defended. The island itself...
I think you misunderstand. I'm not about to destroy the keep. I am planning to covertly repossess all of the diamonds they stole. And does that make any more sense?
I understand, but even a covert operation, it's going to be difficult. The island itself is in the middle of a vast cavern with a roughly dome-shaped roof that rises about 120-150 feet above the water. It's difficult to approach from the water itself, as there are flame skulls that patrol the outside. They're not aligned with the Dask in any way. They've been there for centuries long, before the Dask have, but they're still dangerous. The keep itself is completely surrounded by a wall that it must stretch up 20 feet high, with 30 feet high towers every so often that have ballista and flame cannons, and the entire wall is manned 24/7 as far as I've been able to tell. And well, in the center there is a natural column of rock that rises from the heart of the fortress and merges with the cavern ceiling that may give you some ability if you have magics at your disposal. But even that is a clear view of the fortress below.
Okay, is that helpful? As she starts telling me about features, I would like to annotate the map as best I can of where things are. Try and pick her brain of there's a double thick room here, so it's like maybe that's a good storeroom and things like that, and whatever presenting the map to her she could show me, or whatever jogs her memory on where we can try and fabricate a good guess as to where diamonds might be kept is my main focus of this. But I will, any information she is able to remember or give, I will annotate onto the map as we go. Careful to keep her tea up and be interested and be polite and everything that everything I can possibly do to truly be interested in what she's talking about and excited about.
Yeah, there are a few things that she goes over with you. Mostly she begins to just outline just how defended this fort is, but does go over a few important things. One, that there's a trap lever that drops out the middle of the bridge to get from Skullport to Skullport Island. She points out around number 6 on the map, you annotate that there was an armory there whenever she visited that could be used to house valuables, and that there is a large central tower around number 9. Though she also mentions that she believes there are underground chambers as well that she has not been in.
You have been fantastic, and it has been a extreme pleasure to spend time with you. And I do appreciate all of the help you have been able to provide. Is there anything I can provide you in return?
I've just enjoyed your company, Kha'narique. It's been wonderful to get to know another friendly face.
I agree wholeheartedly. Thank you so much for your time. May the good fortune always find you, Tasselgrin.
And you? She gives a slight bow of her head.
All right, and we'll head back and Seren, can you hear me?
Yes.
So we think we will be able to get an audience with the noble, and we will be sneaking the Zannah in the spider form. Do you want to go by yourself? Do you want to go you and Ari? Do you want me to come with you and to do some of the talking? What would make you the most comfortable at this? I don't know much of the nobles.
I don't think you would make them very comfortable.
I could see that.
But I think it might be more impressive if I had Ari as a retainer of sorts.
Ari is the most impressive. A strapping young lad. Is there anything you want me to do to help you to the backup?
That's a good question.
Is there a good way to get to the roof of this cavern? You said there's a big column in the middle that stretches all the way to the top?
On the island, yes.
So, where are the walls of this cavern? Are they anywhere near the edge of Skullport?
They are the edge of Skullport.
So if I were to climb up the wall, climb across the ceiling, and be perched at least at the top of that so I could try and climb down and help if all hell breaks loose? Would that seem feasible based on what we see of the geometry?
Potentially, but you would be out in the middle of view for anyone who looked up.
Okay, is it close? Like it'd be obvious and easy to spot me?
I mean, it's about 90 feet from the top of the walls. So yeah, it's pretty easy with the dim light to like it's not
so if
obvious.
Somebody has expanded dark vision, they would see me.
Yes, absolutely. And even with people with general vision, the light here is dim. And so with the vast number of people that have been described that are there, it's likely that somebody is able to spot you.
And knows to be looking kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay. So that's not a great idea.
It's possible, but yeah, probably without some help, it's probably not the best.
All right. In that case, I'm not sure if I can be quickly available to do the help. Do you want Zella with you as an additional retainer? If you think that I will make them uncomfortable.
Maybe we should all go in. Zannah's the only one who stays a spider.
Yes, Zannah is going to leave us and go on the actual gathering of the diamonds. It was whether you wanted us with you in the room.
Right. I don't think it would be a good idea to split up.
All right. In that case, I will do my best not to unsettle the little nobleman.
No smiling.
Frowns only, my dear. Alright, I think we have a good plan in place. We have 5 hours of spidering, and we have 1 hour of passing without the trace, so really 59 minutes kind of thing. if she precasts it and then turns into a spider.
That
So
will
she
be my
has.
plan of action.
What's up?
That will be my plan of action. Precast and spider.
So we have 59 really good minutes and 241 decent minutes. So in that case, we will wait around as long as we possibly can with this noble, and that I may be of use for. I am good at appearing interested when men talk about stupid shit.
Joe's having some awakening right now.
Brother, I am
Sam-
very self-aware.
Sam has waited her whole life for this moment.
So yes, we will stay where we are at for the entire 5 hours for you to make your way back to us, if at all possible. Is that the way? I do not intend to leave the fortress until at least 5 hours have passed, and I know you are not a spider any longer.
I can only be a spider for 2 hours tops.
It's half your druid level.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh shit, okay. Never
So
mind.
yeah, unless you're a multi-class druid, you have a 5 hour. And technically, you could also recast spider form. So it's like you'd be a non-spider for all of 0 seconds, kind of thing. And technically, you could basically do it for 10 hours if you had to. But the whole idea is that you'd be spider for one chunk, find the diamonds, and then re-spider after you've packed them away and come back to us.
Yep.
And you're safe and we're safe and we should make it work.
10-4.
I am somewhat confident about getting us in, but getting us out might be harder.
Getting out is kind of a courtesy of getting in, is it not? After having a talk, as long as the talk doesn't break down into open conflict, typically one leaves a talk.
We are speaking with criminals.
We are still speaking with men. The same rules apply.
Just saying, get ready to bust our way out or die trying.
As much as I crave a little violence every now and then, it's still not my preferred course of action. I think we are good to go for this. Is there anything else you all would like to do or think we could do to improve our chances of the success?
Just don't step on me, please.
I would not dream of it.
And don't let me mistakenly find cells that will turn me back into a druid, like my previous encounters for spider form.
Good times.
I have the faith in you.
I don't know. I'm not intelligent.
You are the smartest spider I know.
Oh, that's wholesome.
Oh.
Not a very high bar, but
that means more than at face value on the premise that I knew a lot of spider and spider worshippers.
Have to make sure this goes into Novus's book.
What a guy. I have heard of some of his writing.
Oh, you have?
Yes, I heard his more recent work was in the drawing and in the comic range, if you've ever seen of the comics.
Indeed.
The comics.
He's a good friend of mine. He's actually working on a task for us right now up on the surface. There was something, I can't remember what it was, but something that we had him studying or trying to find more information about while we went back down here.
I think it was the mysterious journal that you couldn't read, if I remember right.
Yeah,
That sounds right. I would absolutely love to meet him. I imagine we could have a great time.
Well, just get out of here alive with us and I can make that happen.
I swear upon my life I will get out alive.
I suppose that's one way to do it.
With that, shall we prepare ourselves to do the rest and be ready to kick some ass in the morning?
Indeed. Just don't stay up too late with the barkeep. We need you well rested for tomorrow. You may have to entertain many guards. Or hooligans, whatever you want to call them.
But going to bed without dinner is always worse on one's rest.
Well, then get you some dinner.
Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. That probably did not make much sense to you.
No, it did. Oh, wait, no, it didn't. That was great you're playing.
That was the best delayed reaction ever.
Wait, no, it didn't.
I go either way here, but alright, yeah, go do your vampire thing.
I don't know, feeding on blood is just so cliche. Like, there has to be a funnier thing to feed on, so why not? Intense pain and orgasms is a much funnier food source than blood.
Well, and with that, I think that's a good enough place to call it for tonight. So
What a great final line.
Oh yeah, really. So you all will get another long rest, and we will tackle attempting to breach the fortress next time. And I think that takes us to the end. So thanks for tuning in. For anybody who did, sorry for all the tech issues. There were more throughout the stream that I tried to take care of. So hopefully this is all coming through. And we'll see you again next week. Talk to you then.
Sounds good. Okay, friends. This